welcome to Rocco Trade Training for another episode of Service My Car. Today we'll be running through a minor service on this 200 Series LandCruiser. As tough as its 4.5 litre twin-turbo diesel V8 power plant is, regular maintenance is a must to keep it going strong. First things first though, you'll want to find out what kind of service the vehicle you're working on is due for. Things such as oils and filters have a limited lifespan and can lead to costly damage if left for too long. Once you know which service interval it's up to, you can start ordering any parts you might need before jumping into the job at hand. For this service, we'll be looking at replacing the engine oil and oil filter, air filter, fuel filter and cabin air filter. Once you've got everything you need, get the car on the hoist and in the air. Okay, car's in the air now, engine's just a bit warm, that's going to help the oil drain out quickly. Alright, while that's draining, I'm going to prep the new filter. Now replace the sun plug washer with a fresh one and tighten it up. Next up is the initial oil fill. The big twin turbo diesel V8 takes about 9.2 litres of oil, so make sure you've got plenty on hand. Once you've reached that, start it up and check for leaks. Give it a final oil top up until it hits the correct mark on the dipstick, and then you can move on. And next we'll get onto the air filter. Like most vehicles, simply undo the airbox lid and pull the old filter out. Clear out any debris from the airbox, fit the new Ryco air filter, put the lid back on with it all clipped back together and the job's done. And while we're in the engine bay, we can get to replacing the fuel filter. First, let's locate the fuel filter on the right side of the engine. Grab a rag and place it under the fuel filter housing to catch any spillage. Remove these two hoses and unplug the two sensor connectors. Undo these nuts and lift the lid from the filter housing. From there you can remove the old filter cartridge. Next, grab your fresh Ryco fuel filter and gently install it into the housing. From there you can put it all back together. Now for the most important step in the fuel filter replacement, priming the fuel system. This is a critical step to avoid trapping air in the fuel system. To do this, repeatedly press the primer head until the plunger becomes too hard to push down. And last but not least is the cabin filter. Ryco has a number of different options when it comes to cabin filters. Today we'll be fitting this LandCruiser with a Ryco cabin pollen filter. To access the cabin filter in one of these, open the glove box and release the stoppers by pushing inwards on the rear top of the box. You can now remove the cabin filter housing lid to reveal the old cabin filter. Clear the area of debris, and now you can fit the new Ryco cabin filter. The pollen filter protects vehicle occupants from allergy-causing particles such as pollens, fungus, dirt, dust and bacteria. Now simply refit all the glove box components and you're good to go. Now all that's left is to take the vehicle for a road test and make sure everything's working properly. And that's that. That's a minor service completed for a 200 Series LandCruiser. Visit rycofilters.com.au for more information.